Hello everyone, welcome back to the letter. It's been a bit since I've had the opportunity to sit down and record, so there were like a couple of weeks where I haven't posted anything. I'm sorry about that, but college. Anyways, I'm going to continue. I'm just gonna fucking hope I remember what decision I need to make. Yeah.
Did they do anything? Your clients, the rights, was it?
I can't answer that. At least not without revealing everything that took place in the attic. You won't even fucking give me the chance to fucking tell him. I want to tell him because that's how you avoid horror movies. That's how you avoid getting people killed. However, the game will let me get the chance to tell him. I feel like if I try to change the subject, I'll end up having to tell him because he's like, no, don't change the subject. Either that or I'll actually succeed in changing the subject, but I definitely don't want to lie to him because that can only lead to bad things, or at least in my opinion. So let's change the subject, I guess.
You haven't said a single word about yours.
Yeah.
Both you and Zach have literally disappeared off the face of the earth.
An over-exaggeration, but changing the subject to something else is still better than outright lying to him. I agree. See, that's my argument. Besides, it never works with him. I'm not sure if it's because I'm just bad at it or because he's just really very good at his job. What's his job? He doesn't answer immediately. Only momentarily shifting a glance over me and returning it back to the road, and he has to make a sharp turn. Outside, the sun has already started its descent, casting a vibrant orange glow on the tall buildings. I wonder how long before we reach the venue for Zach's film. Checking the street signs outside, it appears Ash has taken the longer route. Odd. But he's probably trying to avoid the rush hour traffic.
Didn't we just talk a week ago over chat?
That's different. Linking your awful memes in the group chat box every morning isn't exactly a conversation.
Excuse me, I don't hear you calling them awful while you're laughing at all of them.
Shut up! And you aren't answering my question.
That earns him a soft punch to his arm. I did laugh at them, but I'm not going to give him the satisfaction of knowing that I find most of them funny. It'll only make his head bigger. Stupid Ash.
Alright. Lay off on the abuse. Remember that case I mentioned before?
Oh, is he a detective?
Down, but it required more work than we anticipated. The guy's slippery like that. We got some good lead months ago.
He recounts what he's been doing in the time we haven't seen each other. His usual work, the occasional small investigation, and the big case he's been stuck working on. Stuff he couldn't mention in the brief time we catch each other online. Although most of it are the trimmed down version, only things he can tell, he has always been careful about that. Even in the way he spins his answers to my questions, just enough to satisfy my curiosity, but not enough to paint the whole picture. You know what? It's good to have a detective in a horror scenario. At one point, his voice takes on the strained tone he mentions about something about the big case, but I don't dwell on it much. That's normal, right? I mean, who wouldn't be frustrated if you couldn't bring someone to justice because they kept slipping out of your fingers? If I were in his shoes, I'd definitely lose my mind. His stories never cease to be entertaining, regardless. If things weren't the way they were back at home, maybe I would have considered taking on the same job as him. Well, no, not really. Mama would never allow that. But the idea is still there. Along with countless others I've let go. Time passes quickly between us in this manner, and before I know it, we're already at the movie house. A small crowd has already formed from the theater when we arrive. The Lift Fest, short for Luxembourg Independent Film and Theater Festival, attracts a bigger crowd annually, but this year's no different. I've only been to a few indie film screenings with Zach, but I'm not an expert on the matter. But I know that for people hoping to make a break in the industry, getting your film recognized by a local event like this is a really big deal. Especially for a newcomer like Zach. He hasn't even won an award, but just getting a confirmation letter that the festival committee wants to include his movie in the year's lineup. Oh my fucking god, I cannot speak. Just getting a confirmation letter and that the festival committee wants to include his movie in this year's lineup already put a grin on his face for weeks. You know what? Same. I get you, Zach. Was that his name? I sure hope it was. Speaking of the guy, he's impossible, miss. At 6 feet, he appears to loom over most of the moviegoers. With his large build and heavy voice, there's no surprise when people give him a wide berth as they pass by. It's often easy mistaken for someone intimidating at first glance. I did, back when I didn't know any better. Ash did too, I heard. Once, early in their friendship.
Oh, there's Zach.
It was Zach.
Hey, you guys! Long time no see.
Zach, my man. I get you. Zach's face lights up with a smile of his own. He moves towards us with careful steps, taking a significant effort to make himself smaller as to not bump or accidentally hit anyone. He better not fucking die. He better not fucking die. He might, but he better not. Typical Zach. As he nears, Ash casually raises his hand in greeting, and...
Sup, Z-Man, my main man. What's crack-a-lackin', my homie?
Jesus Christ. The awkwardness that descends within the immediate vicinity of our group is palatable enough. Somewhere to our left, a girl giggles, and only then do I become aware of my mouth hanging open. I'm almost amazed how Ash can say that out loud with a straight face. Almost. Considering his track record, I should be used to it by now. Zach seems to be.
Stop trying to act black, Ashton. And you're the only one who calls me Z-Man.
Okay, I was going to say that he's acting like a white dude trying to be in with the black crowd, but I wasn't going to say anything. So, I'm glad that got brought up. There's fondness underneath his exasperated tone. If this were any other person, he'd likely be offended, but years of friendship and I'm not gonna fucking pronounce that word right, have made those words harmless to the other's ears. Or at least, enough for both to take it in stride.
It's been a while, Zach.
I hope you didn't get into trouble again.
Not much to get into trouble lately without you, I'm afraid. I'll let you know if something comes up, though.
Nah, I ended up with chicken down stuck on me last time I agreed. I'd really love at least this year to pass without some sort of accident happening again.
I'm so sorry, Zach, but you were in a horror game.
Hey, I take offense to that. It wasn't that bad.
At the very least, it will not be Ash's fault, I think.
You really have no idea.
B passes. And then Zach laughs.
Hey, I'm kidding. You know you can always count on me.
It's a story only the two of them are privy to. Every now and then, Ash will enlist Zach's help on something. The fuck is that something? Becca and I never really found out what the real deal is with those adventures, as Ash calls it, and both aren't willing to tell due to some unspoken agreement. Okay, so it's most likely some, like, detective work that they got on, like, a fucking Scooby-Doo and Shaggy kind of, like, adventure on, and they can't, like, tell it because of either something traumatic or something that, like, legal that they can't say. However, it kind of low-key sounds like they fucked on the low, but, like, I'll let it pass by. She insists that if it's Ash, it's likely not something illegal or life-threatening. I tend to believe her on that. Sometimes. Ah, well, boys will be boys, I guess. I give Zach a small wave from behind Ash when his attention eventually turns to me.
Bella! Huh? Rebecca's not with you. Is she still sick?
A bit. But she's up and went to work this morning. You know she doesn't listen to anyone that's not Ash.
Come on, Ash, tell her to get her shit together.
Yes, she does.
No, she doesn't. You're literally the only person she'll listen to when she's feeling stubborn.
And it's true. They've known each other far longer than any of us in the group. Childhood friends and all.
But don't worry, Zach. She's probably on her way here now.
Okay, how many people is Zach fucking on the low? Because, like, Isabella and Zach have, like, this tsundere kind of relationship going on. And then there's, like, Zach's thing. Wait, no, not Zach. Fucking kind of bluish, blackish hair detective bitch. How many people is he fucking on the low? I am not great with names, but he is fucking a lot of people on the low, I think. Is he, like, fucking with the entire friend group? Because, like, him and Isabella have this tsundere thing going on. Him and movie director Zach over here have that whole secret thing they won't tell anyone about, which probably means they fucked on the low. And then now there's Miss I won't listen to anyone but him because of childhood friends, which sounds like they're dating. Jesus Christ. What kind of polyamory group is this? Oh no. Go back. No. Wait. Yeah, I'd like to save. Cool, I guess I saved. Didn't really mean to do that, but let's continue.
She promised she wouldn't miss your movie. Isabella! Oh, thank goodness.
Is that the teacher? Speak of the devil. Without a warning, a hand grabs me by the shoulder and turns me around.
Becca, you're just in time.
I have to lean back a little with the way her face is almost invading my personal space, but she places a hand on either side of my head to keep me still. And she and Isabella had that, like, thing in the beginning where they kind of seemed like lesbian lovers. So, like, this entire group is low-key fucking each other, but no one's talking about it. Obviously. She stares at me intently, concern filling her eyes.
Becca, you're squishing my face. How are you? Are you alright? Why wouldn't I be? Rose called me earlier.
Those 4 words tell me all I need to know. Since I don't have my family living close by, and the only other relative I have here works on the far side of the country, I gave my company Becca's contact number in case of an emergency. I should have known Rose would call her. I push Becca's hands away from my face. Although she lets go, her eyebrows remain drawn together.
Oh, no, everything's good. Rose covered for me at work today. That's not what I'm talking about. How's your head?
Beside me, Ash snickers. I bite back the urge to elbow him in place of trying to avoid Becca's hand as she tries to reach out for the said area. I do my best to dodge her, all at once moving to hide behind Zach. Sorry for using you as a human shield, Zach.
Oh, it's nothing. I just slipped off a few steps on my way down. I blacked out for a few seconds and had a minor bump, but it's just that. You blacked out? It's not something to brush off. Come on, at least let me check it.
I mean, I also almost died from a demon, but sure, we're just brushing off that part.
It's extremely minor. You wouldn't even know it's there. Isabella, this isn't a laughing matter.
She did look pale when I saw her.
Wow, thanks a lot, Ashton, you traitor. I'll get you back for this. Just you wait.
What? I'm just saying it as it is.
I mean,
mentioned this
you
earlier,
look
we
fucking
wouldn't be
pale.
having this conversation right now.
I'm sorry. Saw her?
Yeah, they arrived together. Bella looked fine to me then. I don't know.
Zach's a homie. Something crosses Becca's face, but it's gone before I can figure out what it is.
Oh, that's good.
At least she didn't have to travel alone, right? At least. Good.
Are you jealous, honey?
See? I'm okay. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't. And I don't want to miss Zach's film.
We can always watch it some other time. Sorry, Zachary.
No, it's good.
No, we are watching Zach's film.
We're starting to attract some attention.
It's the premiere. The premiere's different. Right, Zach?
I shoot him a pleading look. Zach's a sensible guy. He'll understand. Please understand.
Not really. But Rebecca has a point. In the end, I think it's your call.
Oh, for heaven's sake!
Please, Becca. I really don't want to miss it.
You're not missing it. Oh, we're just moving it on a different day so we can have a...
Look, you guys.
Ash's loud sigh unexpectedly cuts through the conversation. He's pinching the bridge of his nose as he speaks, something he usually does when he's getting impatient.
If she says she's okay, then there's nothing we can do about it. It's not like we can stop her either.
Thank you, Ash.
Besides, she's still acting like the same old Isabella to me, if she can still run around like that.
Why are you taking her side?
I'm not. But if she wants to watch Zach's movie with us, I'm not going to stop her. She's probably the one looking forward to it the most.
Ash, that's... You, of all people, should know...
Tell you what, if I notice something amiss with her, I'll take her to the nearest hospital myself. Is that good enough for you?
I already know the answer before Becca voices it out. When, at last, she releases a deep breath and nods, albeit with great reluctance, I immediately tackle her into a hug. I am so proud of myself for pronouncing that correctly.
Thanks, Becca.
It's always been you with him, isn't it?
Pardon?
Say something?
Me? Nothing. Don't mind me.
Becca, stop being jealous. We could be polyamory.
If you say so.
Okay, guys, showtime's close, so I think I'm gonna get us some snacks. My treat. And then let's head inside. Anyone here has a smaller bill?
Zach, my man.
I think I do. Hold on.
I pull myself off from Becca to get my wallet from my bag, and
What's this?
it's already in Ash's hands before I can even react. Behind him, Becca and Zach are both giving the piece of paper an intrigued look.
No! Give it back!
It's just a paper.
I don't care! Give it!
Ah,
What's
the
it to
paper.
do? Why do you keep this around?
It's evidence for the horrors lying ahead. I try to reach for it, but he holds the paper way above his head. I've never been particularly sensitive about my own height, but right now I really wish I had that advantage over him.
Don't open it!
What's the big deal? It's not like it's a love letter. I don't see any reason to... Hold on a second. This is, isn't it?
It's not a fucking love letter, it's just disturbing and she doesn't want to ruin the night.
Even if it is, it's not for you.
Okay, now I'm curious.
Little bitch boy.
Telling you it's nothing like that. It's...
But you know what, I am ready to get into the action, so the rest of my words are lost as he unfolds the paper. I can't breathe. Ha, the achievement. Too early for Halloween. My heart feels stuck in my throat, pounding, threatening to burst out. Vaguely, I note how my hands are trembling at my sides. Clasping them together doesn't do any good. They're still shaking, but I hang on to them regardless. The awful, sick weight has taken its cord in my stomach back in the open house returns full force. How do I fix this? How do I fix this? How do I fix this? Someone, please. Today's turning out to be a horrible nightmare.
Send this to 5 people or else.
Ah, one of those spam messages.
Well, that's interesting.
Guys, I think we should listen to Bella first.
My man.
Aren't you a few days early for Halloween?
Ah, so that's the achievement referencing to. Ash waves the paper in front of me, giving me a fleeting glimpse of its contents. Don't fucking tear it open. Don't fucking tear it. I swear to God, you little bitch boy. If you tear it, we're all fucked. I don't need to see. I don't want to see. The letters, the words, every stroke written in blood is already embedded in my mind. Maybe I should have just thrown it away when I had the chance. That way.
It's not a prank.
It makes all of them stop. Even I am surprised about how steady my voice is.
What did you say?
This isn't a prank. I saw something.
Hold on. Are we still talking about this paper? Or is it about the urban legend again?
Both. I know it sounds ridiculous.
You're saying this is a primitive version of a chain letter, and now that we've seen it, we're now cursed.
Well, that's what I was saying earlier.
You've got to be kidding me.
See? This is why I didn't want to tell you guys.
Isabella, aren't you taking this a bit too far?
It's not a joke. Will you guys listen to me first?
Come on, Zach.
I saw something in the house earlier. It stood right in front of me.
Zach, our man, you gotta believe us.
If I hadn't gotten away, that thing might have...
Right. And in broad daylight, Isabella. Even someone gullible would find the logic in that screwed up. There's also no way in hell that this supernatural shit is true.
But it's real! What do you think I saw?
A hallucination? A delusion? Didn't you say you fell down some stairs? So maybe Rebecca's right.
Well, that was afterwards, little bitch boy.
It happened after, when I was trying to get away. I almost got stuck in the same room with that thing. We're all in danger. I thought you were my friends. Why don't you believe me?
We are, and you know that. But this thing and that thing has got nothing to do with the other. When Rose called earlier, I thought she's just exaggerating. But based on what I'm seeing right now, maybe it's better if we really postpone this for now.
Oh my god.
Don't bother.
Without a word, I snatched the letter out of Ash's hands and stuffed it in my bag with more force than necessary. I'm tired. I got cursed, saw a ghost, probably lost a sale, and kicked out of the open house when I'm supposed to be hosting. My own friends won't believe me, and all of them think I'm crazy. To top it all off, there's a dull ache in the back of my head begging for a little attention I can't afford to give right now. Honestly, there's only so much a person can take within a single day. I just want to go home, curl up in my bed, and never think about today. Before I can take a single step away from the group.
Guys!
Zach rarely ever raises his voice, even when there's a point he wants to drive home. And hearing him take that tone completely throws me off. Zach, my man, please. Even Ash and Becca. Whatever harsh words yet to come out from the argument immediately die on our tongues.
Why don't we all calm down first? I'm sure Isabella has her reasons too. No need to be hard on her.
Thank you, my man. See, Zach is the fucking smart person of the group. Or at least he's the sane person of the group. He wants to hear Isabella out. He's not jumping to conclusions about believing her or not believing her, but he does want to hear her story, and that's what matters.
And hey, ain't this supposed to be a happy get-together?
Yes, Zach, thank you.
We haven't seen each other for months. I'd really love to know what y'all have been up to. I only ever get to talk to Bella over chat. Please?
Yes, Zach. He has a point. Ash, for all of his attempts to look cool in distance, has also really been looking forward to this. He even took the time to call this morning for a reminder. He never does that. Becca, too. I'm pretty sure that's another reason why she got out of bed today. Yet, despite Zach's attempts to lighten things up, or Ash's and Becca's what the fuck is that word? Anyways, gestures, the tightness in my chest remains. I should have just kept it myself, or at least went with the idea that it's a prank. If I did, things might have not turned out the way they had. No sour mood, no bad vibes. Careless, so careless. Maybe leaving is the better decision for all of us. No, we are staying for the movie. I'm saying that right now, but I need to end the episode here. So, that's the episode for now. We're up to like about 25 minutes. So I'm going to save right here. And we will continue next time as we stay for the movie. We are seeing this movie, goddammit. Either that or they're getting dragged to hell with us. Either way.